The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn
You know what?
anti-corporate talk.
I'm just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STEM radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, you a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
The shit that irks me. The shit that irks me.
It must be Monday, because we're here back with the STIM Radio Show with the man that loves to use his G-string as toothbrush for later, Maxwell Silverhammer.
Well, you know, yeah, there we go. It's not Monday.
Yeah, what day is this?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yes, it's
See, I'm all messed up.
almost the end of the week. as a
Almost the
matter
end of the week, and I threw in a
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, why are you throwing Monday like
You know,
the
it felt
beginning?
like a Monday. That's why I said that. I know it's Thursday, but it feels like a Monday for some reason all day today.
Huh, I wonder why that would be. To me, I could think maybe Tuesday.
I think it's because the way the shows have slowed down. I've kind of like this last week been totally out of whack with everything. To me,
Oh,
it just
right.
feels like a Monday.
Damn. Well, no, it's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
And, fuck, man. It's
But there's still no denying you use your own,
yeah, of course.
G-strings for tooth floss.
Of course, man. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Take it off and rub ball hairs on my teeth, Thank you, my dream maker.
Oh, wow, really? You went in that direction.
Yeah, I did. Like I said, man, you are probably the subject
Yeah, let's not go into that one again.
of some finger action. So I'm going to test your psychic ability here, man.
Do I need to wear a hat for this or anything special?
Does anything help you?
No, not
Become
really.
more psychic or less psychic?
No, Mike Curbin used to wear a turban.
Really? Turban with a turban?
Yeah.
Shit, I never knew that.
Yeah, he had a red turban he would wear.
That's funny as hell. I never thought Mike Curbin with a turban, man. So, whatever helps you, man. If you need to, put your hand on a certain glass or piece
I
of
need to
metal.
touch my penis.
Oh, you touch your penis.
All
Maybe
right, I'm
that'll
touching
help
it right
you.
now.
Okay, so I've been getting, and I was getting these for a while. They were phone calls at work. And what they would do, it wasn't like I'd pick up and they'd hang up right away. I'd say the name of the organization and my name, can I help you? And then it was click. Then the line would go dead.
Right.
So, and I was getting these sporadically, for a while it was once a week, then it would sort of taper off, and then maybe every couple weeks or whatever. So, you really didn't know what the fuck was going on. You thought, well, maybe it's just a person with the wrong number, whatever. Well, recently, as of this week, it stepped up more and more. I know last Friday we got one. Monday we got one. I wasn't there all day Monday, so I don't know. We may have gotten others. I just wasn't there. They may have gotten a voicemail. But Tuesday we got one. Let's see. No, yeah, because that's right. My assistant answered Tuesday, Kraken, and he answered it, and they did it to him. And then yesterday we got like two. Let's see, one was like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
So you're saying this activity has really picked up as of recently?
It's picking up. Yeah, it's ramping up.
And how was that? Did you hear something?
I heard a voice.
Thought I heard one too.
Like a woman's voice.
That's
almost.
what I thought.
Oh, fuck, man.
Not again.
Not this shit again. So, anyway.
Thought it was your phone for a second.
I don't think. Let me see. Hold on. It's possible it could have been. Let's see. Nope. No phone.
Okay.
So, it was something somewhere else.
God damn.
Well, you know, Doug's here, though.
Yeah.
So, it could be, he could have somebody in the building with him or something.
Sound like it was over by you, but okay.
Yeah,
Go
like
ahead.
behind me.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what it sounded like.
But maybe somebody's using the bathroom. I
Could
don't
be.
fucking know. But anyway, I want to know who the fuck this is playing on my phone, calling me at work. Like I said, they just sit and listen.
I pick up koala for that.
You think that's koala?
Yeah.
Wow, that just seems so out of character, man.
Well,
for her,
it could be out of character, but it's been years.
Yeah. Well, that's even more out of character because it's like, well, fuck, it's been 5 years, and you know, I've moved on, even as hard as it was for me.
But she moved on and now has fallen back.
Ooh, that's a bad pattern, man.
So if she's moved on and then fallen back, most people, women, men, will generally generate back towards someone they're more familiar to before they move on to something else new.
I guess. Well, yeah, and you know, like we were talking off the air, you know, Renacee's kind of sort of seeing her friend.
So that would be kind of, wouldn't that be the ultimate little great thing? You know, you two back together, him and no two are friends, and you two are, you know, that's kind of women think there.
Yeah, but you know, how often do I go out there? I mean, last time I was there was like 2 years
Doesn't matter.
ago.
It's still a yakky check around, you know, because then the
That's
two
true.
girls, oh, well, my guy, and their friend, oh, my God. You know.
Oh, wait a minute, though. I thought of something. So for Renacee, though, this would be cool for him because I'd be out there more because that's where she's living now.
Yeah.
Even though where she lives is more north than him.
Right.
But, I mean, it's an easy, you know, Northern California is pretty easy to get around.
And then those two would be talking because you'd be with her even if you weren't there all the time, and she's with you, and her friends with your friend. So, you know, it's a woman think mode.
Yeah, I know that because when we first started seeing each other, that was what her friend wanted to do. You know, oh, let's all have a reunion. We could all meet up in Vegas, and
it's a woman thing.
You know, so yeah, it sounds like something. And even Renacee was saying to me last Saturday when we were talking, he was like, "Well, you know, there might be a time, man, that if you're over here, and you know, the girl that I'm seeing calls me and wants to come over, and she's got koala with her."
And by the way, fuck you, G Motors.
Oh yeah, if you're listening,
I have a feeling he is.
You think he's listening?
I think he's listening.
Guess we'll find out. You know what? I wonder though, man. I mean,
hope you had a safe trip, my friend.
Yeah, I hope you had a safe trip. Although, wait a minute though, we're not here to show him how to use the computer. So
yeah, he won't get that. He won't be on. You're right.
I don't think he'll be able to get on there. And now you know he's in Mississippi.
Yeah, and now he's really been dumbed down.
I don't think they have internet out there.
They may not. I think you have to speak in an alligator ass or something.
You put your ear to the alligator's ass and listen. So you're picking up koala on that there, huh?
Yeah, for some reason I'm picking up something to do with a koala somewhere. Whether it be her directly, a friend, or whatever.
Well, I don't know if you remember, though, but I also had I don't believe her friend's calling me. I don't think. That she'd have no reason to. But remember there was something a couple years ago, I think, where I got into work after a weekend, and there was a phone, you know, the voicemail always tells you the number that called.
All right.
So I get a voicemail, and it's from a Colorado area code, where she was living, and it's her area code that she was living in, and it wasn't a number I recognized, but it just basically was a long message of the phone was open, and there was like a radio or TV playing in the background or something for like 5 minutes.
Probably her having the lonelies for you.
Might have been, but she was still with her husband then.
That don't mean nothing.
No, I'm just saying, you know, but it was just kind of weird, you know, and like I said,
that's almost like saying, yeah, I was married to V.
Yeah. Oh, because V never messed around. I mean, she was married,
yeah.
so she
couldn't. People just don't do that. And really, you know, from day one of being married, she always did say, you know, I'm not going to knock her, but she every time we do a fight, I don't even know why I bothered marrying you. Yeah, now thinking back on it, I don't know why you did either, because I don't think you
weren't
wanted
ready
to be married,
yeah,
right?
It wasn't your kind of thing.
Wasn't your thing.
So, yeah, man, and like I said, Renaissance was having this conversation with me and asking me, do you, well, if they came by, you think you'd try to hit it again? And I'm like, no. I just said, no, because, and honestly, that's
an information take back.
I just don't, but you think after that information was taken back, there would be nothing, right?
Why would there be? Now you have become a man she can't have.
Oh, so there becomes a conquest. And
some women get that kind of mode. Yeah, they get into that. Well, he wants me. He wanted me so bad. How could he not want me? I'll make him want me.
Right. But, it's kind of weird then. Why use those tactics? Why not just straight up email or text or phone call? Oh, wait. Hold on.
Think about what you just said.
I'm thinking rationally here. So you're right. That probably wouldn't be the case.
Wow.
Fuck. So I guess there's no reason that it would be Tootsie Toes then.
No, I don't believe so.
No, damn. See?
Sorry.
And it's kind of funny because on the flip side of all this, I told you I had a dream about Shell last night.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know you had made that prediction. For
yeah,
me.
I don't get that being that Shell though.
It's okay. So it's got to be her.
For some reason I keep picking up a Tootsie Toe for that part. I mean, not Tootsie Toe, but koala. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if it would a Tootsie Toe thing I would have picked up, probably would have been about a man. No, I'm kidding.
Damn. But
yeah, I just like busting on you about that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, it's. I mean, come on, it's a par for because you haven't never met her, so that's what everybody's going to say.
Right.
How you know it's not a man? First thing they're going to say.
Right. You guys are talking to the internet. You don't.
It's a man, of course.
You don't know who it is. Well, okay. Even though that's the thing. Even though her and I don't have anything like that per se, that's who I'm interested in, and that's who I've set my sights on. And
you don't want to ruin that over an old something.
Yeah, well, and that's it. I don't really want to go back, man. And I don't even want to have to tell that person. I don't even want to tell Koala.
You don't want to confront it in any way, shape, or form.
Right, yeah. The thing is,
let it go.
I don't even want to make you jealous. I don't want to do anything. I just want you to go on with your life. I'll go on with mine.
Right.
And we're done, I thought.
It over, it done.
Yeah, well, apparently it ain't on somebody's end.
Well, no, because, like I said, it's people do that, men, women. I'm not going to sit and say one more than another, but
I've done that for sexual purposes. If like I was going through a dry
spell, whatever purpose. I mean, you still done it.
Yeah, but again, it was a sexual thing. It was I wanted pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I never did it because we had such a great thing going. It was just like no. When I apologized to Cockatiel, it wasn't for anything sexual or anything.
Right.
I just really felt I genuinely did her wrong.
Right.
And a friend of ours had seen her, and he said he talked to her and I think even hung out with her. And I was like, you know what? I need to go ahead and fix this shit, because that was her and Shell. That was a Shell fucking special there. A special. That's how we call that.
Kind of like your air conditioner.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, yeah, so this is the thing with so it's Koala. Well, she's really ramping it up, man, if that's the case. Because I didn't get any today, but then again I went out to lunch with my dad, so it's possible.
How'd that go?
Oh, that was great. We had we went over to Sushi Fever.
Your dad didn't get a blowjob from anybody for a couple.
I told Miller that shit. And he goes,
you did?
He goes, "Is your dad blind?" And I was like, "No."
So he even threw the joke in.
Oh, he wanted it. He goes, does this have to stay between you and me? And I said, well, I'd like it to. I don't want any backlash. And he was like, oh, okay. I just didn't know if you minded if I talked about it over cigars or cognac or something. And I'm like, no, you don't want to do that, man. I really don't want to have any repercussions.
I mean, nobody knows what we're talking about besides me and you. So
right. So that's okay. That's all in fun. But oh wow. So you're picking up a koala. God fucking damn it.
That's what I picked up. It was kind of funny though, because when you first said about the other thing, I picked up Shell, and I even told you that. So for some reason, I'm seeing a Shell, and that what part was about Shell. But this one, I'm picking up on a koala.
The phone call is the koala. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because of the dream thing. So maybe, like I said, she's maybe thinking about me, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Which is okay. You're allowed to do that.
Sure.
Until the government starts controlling your mind, you're allowed to think freely.
About 2 weeks from now.
Right. But as far as the phone calls. Wow. See, it's kind of funny because I was thinking the reverse. Because I was thinking, well, I could see Shell doing the phone call thing, and Koala just kind of laying back thinking about shit. You know.
But you got to keep in mind, you got to look at the way it's running too right now. You're a hot commodity on Koala's side because her friend is dating your friend, and you're single, and now it heated up a little bit.
True. Well, but again, I couldn't, I can't go there, man. That's
well, you can. It's do you want to?
Well, that's it. I can't for my own personal fucking.
Right.
You
So
know.
you can't.
Sure, I could try to rekindle it if I wanted to, but I'm not doing that.
Just think you wouldn't have to worry about. You can still do what you did before, have the fun, dip, dive, and
come back. That got expensive though, man.
Yeah.
All that plane flying and shit, and I don't have the money for that stuff anymore.
Yeah, and you're ready to fly back out again to California this time to be broken up with.
Yeah, this time Northern California.
Yeah. So far, man, this bitch dumped me in 2 states after I flew to her ass.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit, I got dumped in the sea states, man. Colorado, California. Wonder what next, man.
Connecticut. That's not even a state. It's just a city. But
isn't that a K?
No.
Oh.
Connecticut starts with a C.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there's the next place.
Move to Ohio.
Yeah, I don't really want any part of that anymore. Not saying, I mean, obviously Tootsie Toes is long distance, but hey, we got a long way to go with that. That's just build
You're in
up
safe
and fun.
mode right now. You know where you stand, kind of in a roundabout way. Actually, you do know.
Yeah, I totally do.
Not even a roundabout way. You do know where you stand right now. It's where it's at, and that's all it is right now.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's nothing wrong with that.
That would be a big questionable, because you've already been down that road. You got your dick slammed in it. So you would constantly be going back into, is she going to do it again? Is she going to mess around on me? Is she going to this? Is she going to that?
Yeah.
And it would probably just be a bad situation.
Yeah, well, it's no good. I mean, that's obviously, that's the one, I got to give, credit where credit is due here.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give one profound fucking statement to Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when she said to me one time, when people leave your life, there's a reason they're no longer in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, you know what? You're right.
I guess you should take her own words then, huh?
Well, yeah, I guess it's easier to follow,
to say,
to say than to follow yourself. But, that quote, was one thing that I did take from her and go, damn, she's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a period of time, obviously a big period of time, where Koala and I didn't talk. We're talking 18 years or something. And then we reconnected in 2010. And what happened. And now here it is 5 years later. I finally moved on. And I will say it took me a while. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, man.
I was over right away.
Yeah, man. I was over that bitch, man. Fucking yeah.
I was out banging some Putangi already.
Well, that's it. I was banging Putangi, but I wasn't doing anything for me. It was like, oh, great. Here's another bitch that I don't like. We're back to this shit again.
Putting monkeys and shit around.
Yeah, well, that and fucking just chicks that just got divorced in February and are now hooking me
or
with me.
Ones that weren't even divorced yet, making out with you at a karaoke bar.
Yeah, well, there was that too. Then we can't
with
forget
a psycho-looking husband that didn't tell you she had.
And then chicks that are about to get married that are letting me rub their feet at the bar. Remember that one?
I remember that one.
And just all the stupidity that I was dealing with and going through, and it's like, man, you know what? This shit is finally over. Do you think I'm going to try to fucking reopen that wound after it took so long
But you
to
know
close?
why that it's being reopened? Because your friend is with her friend.
Right.
So now, women are just like, well, I'm separated right now. Well, that wouldn't be kind of cool. I'm probably sure they sat down one night. Oh, wouldn't it be kind of cool if you and Max were still together? We could all hang out as friends. And that probably sparked something in her head. She's like, well, yeah, I wonder if he hasn't really been able to. And then, oh, we never really had closure. You got to go, girl, because you really didn't have closure. Maybe I should have,
and it turns really
turns into a fucking big mess of bullshit.
Yes, I know.
Fucking estrogen.
So, and total fucking emotional, not devoid of rational anything. So,
yeah, pretty much.
I do not care to go back there. I know I've said that a billion times, but I want to reiterate that.
Well, and you should, because you got to reinforce it in your own mind, because you were in a bad state with her at one point.
Oh,
there was a state that, literally in two ways. You were in a bad state and a bad state of mind.
Bad state of mind.
All right.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, and sometimes, when you're single again, and you start getting that little bit of, I know you don't like to say the loneliness but whatever, you know, and you start to think fucked up shit. I mean, how many times I talked about this before? You go out and you end up banging an ex and going, oh shit, why did I do that?
Well, there's loneliness and horniness, you know, and,
right, and they can be confused at times.
Sure, and actually, and I've gotten horniness. I've been that dude that's like, well, you know, I could fuck. But you see, for Koala, the feelings were deeper than just sex.
Yeah.
So for me, I know that it would be a lot harder
to do it
than it would. Yeah, exactly. Then
once you did it, you're trying to pull out if it would be like a nosedive in a plane with no gas.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know how bad that was already.
Yeah.
So you're just like, okay.
This time you probably crash a little harder. Last time you glided it in. This time you probably be right into a side of a mountain.
Exactly, and explode and catch fire and shit. Yeah, because that took me from, I would say, 2010 to about the end of 2013.
Yeah, because you were going through it because me and V hadn't even separated yet.
No, and then you did separate.
2012, and you were still going through it at that time.
Oh, yeah. No, it took me a good 4 years, I would say. 3 to 4 years.
So it was kind of weird that me and her, I pulled out of mine around the same time you did, and you were already at it for 2 fucking years.
Well, that's it, you know. So I mean, it was good, and for you because I was a sympathetic ear.
Yeah.
You know, if I hadn't gone through that,
you'd be like, get the fuck over it.
Man, you know that bitch wasn't shit anyway, man. You can fucking find better, dude.
Go get pussy. Go get some pussy.
Yeah, just all you got to do is fuck something, man. I'm gonna hook you up. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna hook you up and get you pussy, and that'll take care of all of it.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you know, you're like,
I don't want pussy.
And for you, it took you what, about
3 years?
3 years?
Because it's been about 3.5 years.
Yeah, and then
because it's kind of weird because it was right before she had actually came back out and it maybe about a year back, I'd say, because me and Humvee now, or Danielle, has been together almost 6 months, so half a year, and so I'd say probably about a year ago that I just finally was just like kind of done with this. I think I've moved on. My brain has gotten to the space it needs to be in.
Well, you get to that point, you know. There's just a point. You find someone new. They completely start that engine for you again, and you're just like, oh, you know what? And it's kind of funny because, you know, even with the Cecilia chick, that was sort of, now looking back, it was an infatuation. Yeah. Like it was somebody I could see myself
obviously
with.
It was because you had met her a long time before that, never said a damn word, and all of a sudden
months
you just
later.
Had this big, like, whoa, I got to see her, got to talk to her, want to be. And so it was an infatuation.
Totally. And it was good. It was a nice stepping stone to get me to where I am now. And finally, you know, it was like summer of last year when shit finally, you know, when I'm like, okay, we're finally done with this shit.
Yep.
So it's you know, the horniness is one thing, but, you know, taking somebody back that you actually loved,
that's a tough one.
That's another one, man.
Yeah,
that's not something.
That's a whole new ball of wax.
Yep. And like I said, I was telling you off the air, if she was local, there might be a possibility, possibly.
See, and there's where the bad part kicks in. The only reason it's not is because it's a little more of an inconvenience for you. So if she was closer, you may consider it.
Right, exactly. So this works out.
So it works out for you, right? Because now that she is further away, it's a little less likely you are to jump on it.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that, and like I said, I don't even want to deal with the whole, there's somebody I'm kind of interested in right now, and, you know, I don't even want to play that game. It's like, again, I'm not in here to make you jealous. I don't want to do anything like that. I just kind of want you to move on with your life, and good luck to you, and I'm moving on with mine, you know?
Right.
So that's the thing. That's the story there, bitches.
Right.
That's all I got to say to that one.
Well, and that's it. And that's the way you got to kind of really do it, just simply because what else you going to do? You going to take that plane, put the gas out, and drive it towards the mountain, or you going to, you know, try to glide it up over it this time and miss it and say, hey, look, I can still at least glide to safety.
I'm going to take this plane in opposite direction. Right. Is what I'm going to do. You know, I'm hijacking it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, get the hell out of that area.
Yeah, I'm finding a new area to go. And
yeah, because come on, think about this. Now, you know, what if you did go back with her? Now you've got your friend and her friend hooked up, and can you see the bad potential here?
Oh man, dude,
where you and your friends start fighting over something stupid because they started something in between it or whatever.
Fuck
and
all that. Yeah,
because now you and her maybe didn't get along, or her and him didn't get along, and now you two can't be. And they turn into messes.
See, that's why I wonder when I was with Koala if because Renaissy really didn't pursue her friend that heavily back then. So I wonder if he kind of was like, let me just back it off here because, like you were just saying,
Yeah.
he didn't want that. And now he has a chance with her friend because, hey, whatever, she's close there, and
Right.
Koala and I are broken up, so now he can move in and do what he does. But you're right, it's a recipe for disaster. It just would start it. And fuck, man, Rennesy and I have known each other too long to fight over bitches.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing. And then if I'm correct on this too, you would also, if you did say to her, she's like, oh, we could work it out. We really didn't get any closure, and you talk to her. And the closure doesn't turn into closure. It turns into, hey, maybe we should respark, and then you get together. I mean, how are you honestly going to sit down and explain to her Gary at Red Lobster?
You got a point there. We'll be right back.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like.
Sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
free speech
are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM Radio Show with the man fell in love with his shower curtain because it rubbed him the right way. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Ooh, yeah. Especially like the mold on it. Oh, it kind of reminds me of some of my exes, so that's all right.
Why do you sound so low? Oh, I know why now. I hit the wrong button there.
Oh, that's what
why.
it is. Okay.
I was taking my headphones down and said, Clarence did it the other night, and he handed me the headphones. He's like, man, these aren't working. I'm like, looking, I'm going, why aren't they working? And I looked over, oh, crap, you hit the wrong one, just like I was just doing.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. I guess it's easy enough to do. So, yeah, like I said, it had some mold on it, reminding me of my exes. You know?
Right.
So there we go. But, today I had to exercise some arrogance, man, twice. Because I think, really, there is a point where arrogance is necessary in some cases.
Right.
And, well, one was I had a guy on my Facebook, one of these wannabe rappers again, and I'm sorry, but I think I'm going to start tightening it up. If you don't have anything tangible for sale or, you're coming out with something for real, then I'm not fucking wasting the time to have you on. Because number one, you just want to get on the air because it's cool, and that usually makes for bad interviews. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're not doing something, like if you're not doing shows or, just being active somehow, where, all you're doing is, sitting behind your computer and uploading your new dope defical flyacle freshicle track to SoundCloud or to YouTube, and trying to get 1 million hits or whatever, then not. And plus, I heard this guy's music. He was actually remember when Kurt was in town and we did a little "fuck you niggas, good luck you niggas."
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was one of the guys we played, and I really didn't care for his music, to be honest with you. I think we even shot it down pretty much.
Both of you.
Yeah, we didn't like it and whatever. Well, that same guy, I guess it was his birthday today. And so
that's what I saw earlier about him eating a taco or something.
Oh, no, today was his birthday. This was yesterday when I did the taco thing. But same shit. You get these Facebook rappers that post what the fuck they're eating for dinner or other dumb things about their life that are pretty irrelevant and rudimentary and stupid, and it's like one guy's talking about going to detox and, and all this other shit and his uncle dying and, how hard his life's been lately. And it's like, dude, are you on here to promote your music or are you just on here to fucking, find an ear that's going to listen to you or what the fuck so because some of these people, honestly, they're lonely and they're trying to find an outlet or somewhere to go. So anyway, this guy sends me a message and he says, after I wrote on his wall, I just said, "Happy birthday, man." It was his birthday, so I do that. And he sends me a message and he's like, "Hey man, would you work with me? Would you give me an interview or, just at least play my music?"
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I really don't like this fucker's music. Number two, and so then I write him, I said, "Well, do you have any tangible product that can be purchased?"
Right.
And he writes me back and he says, "Well, no, I just got some free downloads on my SoundCloud or whatever, or, wherever the fuck he's got his mixtape uploaded to or something." And I don't want to continue doing that. I mean, there will be some people, obviously, that were kind of sort of grandfathered in, if they want to come back on, they can, but I'm going to start getting a little more arrogant with this shit. So I told him, I said, "Well, do you have anything for purchase, man? Do you have anything, that can be downloaded?" And he was like, "Well, no, but I got some free downloads." And I'm thinking, well, then what's the point of promoting? What are you promoting at that point? There's really nothing. Okay, you got free downloads. You can share those on Facebook. You can share them on Twitter. Really, you have plenty of outlets to push those. But if you're really trying to get your music, anyone could click on those and listen to that shit. But if you're really trying to promote your album and push yourself the right way, then that's when you come on the radio because you're hoping, somebody's going to hear it or someone out of the ordinary is going to be like, "Hey, man, I kind of dug that." But, I mean, if you're coming on here and you have nothing, if somebody does like what they hear and all you got is, "Dog, go to my SoundCloud," SoundCloud.com/motherfucker, then that's probably not going to be the best out, I don't know. I mean, do you think I'm wrong for this or is that,
people just don't anymore. I think people are confused on how to promote anything anymore.
I think you're right.
I think that it's such a jumbled up mess of where truly anything lies. Everything's in that middle ground.
That's true. They think, "Oh, I have music out, therefore I should be able to get on the radio."
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, your stuff isn't really even radio ready. So, and that's been my other bitch is people have been sending me stuff that sounds like it's recorded, on one of those little, those clock radios that record. That's what it sounds like, honestly. Like one of these.
Well, because truly anybody can really right now. Yeah. I mean, just because you own a computer, you may have a Mac, you can do all the fun stuff on it. Doesn't mean you're good at it. Doesn't mean you can actually do it.
Well, that's it. And if you're still doing stuff in your bedroom, don't think you can get it on the air. And I've been nice in the past, but I think I'm starting to buckle down a little bit because I've gotten myself more bullshit with some of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gotten bad interviews. I mean, you know the deal.
Yeah, I know.
Some of these people, they want interviews and they suck when it comes to interviews. So it's like, well, what's the point? What am I going to ask you about? I don't have an interest in your music. I don't really like it. So how am I supposed to push it when I don't like it?
Right.
So then I said, "Do you have any tangible product? Is there any?" And he writes back, "Oh, I have a free download." Da, 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 da. And then I just did a new song today or something, and I'm just like, man. I said, honestly, occasionally as a courtesy, I let people come on with that kind of thing, but really, you got to have something out, man. And I said, maybe come back to me when you've recorded something,
right?
Because you're telling me you're serious then. Like, look, I'm really trying to push this, you know. So don't think that you can do it. That's the thing. I don't want to feed into this, oh, it's an easy thing. All I got to do is get on Maxwell's show, and he's going to push my music, dog. You know, I'm just to blow up.
Well, and that's the whole thing. That's what they think. They get one connection, and bam. You know, they're on the Tonight Show, and they're just going to, you know, blow everything out, and all of a sudden they're going to be rolling down the street.
You know, and you're right, because I remember even when we had those fucked up, you know, the guys that wrote all the child pornography shit on the wall, you know, when I had those fuckers on, their parents were calling in so proud of them that they were on the radio. And it's like, you know what? This is just an internet station. This is the point where I would say it's just an internet station.
Right.
Because that's really what it is in
But
that
the whole
case.
thing is, in the long run, they are being seen and heard by anybody.
Millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, that's it too. You know, since we have such a fucking wide fan base and things like that, you think I want to bore them with fucking localized bullshit? You know?
True.
So anyway, I had to be a little arrogant to this guy today and just tell him, hey, man, come talk to me when you've recorded something. I mean, when you get a full album out that's available.
Right.
And he tried again with the free downloads of the this and that. And he was really pushing. And finally I wrote him back. I said, look, man, I said, this is a business. You know, I gave him the speech that many gave me growing up,
Right.
you know, that I used to hate. And now I'm like, well, look at this. Now I'm on the other end of this fucking thing. And I'm giving these, you know, kind of speeches. And I just said, you know.
Something you didn't want to have to do because you hated hearing.
Yeah, I used to not like to hear that stuff,
Right.
and I had a tangible fucking product. That was the crazy thing.
Right.
You know, I would go to radio stations and or sell the, you know, and people used to compliment me on, wow, you got a pretty professional looking package there. You know, I had a folder that had a bio in it
Right.
and a business card and some write-ups that were done on me and all this other crazy shit.
And on your cassette, it looked like a great picture of you.
Right.
On the cassette.
Well, you know what, though? At least I took the time, spent the money, so you could tell I was serious. I wasn't just like, hey, dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can bust rhymes, dog. You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't just break out your
my little fucking
iMac or whatever.
or
your-
my phone
yeah.
even and start recording, you know, dog, play the beat in the background. Yeah, motherfucker. You know, and then just starts, you know, spitting over some stupid shit. So, yeah, I don't think this guy liked what I told him. Although he did say when I said, this is a business, I said, I'm sure you respect that or something. And he was like, oh, absolutely, or something like that. So it had a good ending. But I don't like that, man. I don't like to have to be arrogant, but some fucking times you gotta be, you know?
Well, and that's the part of life.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, I have to kind of, you know, like I said, I didn't like hearing it when I was doing music, but at the same time, I needed to hear it when I was doing music.
Right.
You know, and, you know, people say, oh, you forget where you came from. And, you know, what about you when you were trying to blow up? But again, you know, I put money into it. You know, I didn't just fucking record some shit in my house and think that it was all automatically going to get on a radio show.
Right.
You know, matter of fact, when I was doing those bedroom boogies, as we like to call them, you know, that's all it was. Bedroom boogies for pretty much me to listen to and nobody else. And maybe a few select friends. But I wasn't, you know, interested in, you know, getting them on the radio or any shit like that. But it wasn't until I actually spent money to press something and to go record in a studio that I was like, okay, now you've got to try to make your investment try to give you a return. And even then, you don't get a return on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So just because you picked up a fucking microphone and you recorded something and you're now able to upload it to a public forum doesn't necessarily mean that it's the dopest shit in the world. Matter of fact, the stuff I heard was whack. So that's the first case of arrogance that I had to exhibit. Here was the second case.
Case two.
Case two. Now, you know I hate when I get these fucking phone calls at work where it's a fax. So you answer your phone, you know, you answer the business phone to only hear boop, boop. And I'm going, oh, it's some asshole sending a fax. So, you know, first I try the talking tactic because sometimes if you speak, you know, the fax machine will recognize, if it's smart enough, will recognize
it's a voice.
It's a voice. Oh, fuck no. It didn't do that. It called back a bunch of other times. So finally I told Kraken, I said, man, let the voicemail grab this shit. And
let them fight it out.
Well, I figured the voicemail can get it, and this way it'll give me a phone number. So when it says, you know, you got a call from, you know, whatever number, and so that way I have the number, I can
Call
do
it back.
I get well that, or I could do a reverse lookup.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and the first time it didn't I don't know if it didn't wait long enough or whatever, but there was no voicemail. So that pissed me off. Well, then again, I answer, like 10, and it's so sporadic. It's like, it might call you 15 minutes later with the same stupid fucking thing beeping at you. And this could go on for days if you let it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this dumb, and okay, this is what I mean by these stupid fucking bitches with big tits and no brains, that are just out to suck cock and get coffee. Because I don't understand why there's so many stupid bitches that work in the clerical field.
Right.
They're either lazy as fuck or stupid as fuck. And this was definitely a case of dumb bitch. Why don't you read the number you're supposed to fax to and put that in correctly? I mean, I can understand a misdial, but a misdial leads to a lot of fucking pain in the ass, I think.
Right.
Here it is. I'm at work answering the phone every 15 to 20 minutes with a boop, boop. And then, what do? This every time the phone rings, So I didn't want to deal with this shit. So finally, I did let it leave a voicemail, and it left the phone number. So I said, good, I've got something now. So I reverse looked it up. And so then I'm like, all right, let's go see, let's call this fucking number back. So I did. I called the number back, and, it wasn't, actually, funny enough, it was Comprehensive Cancer Centers of Nevada.
Wow.
And thank you for calling Comprehensive Cancer Center of Nevada, blah, blah, blah. If you're doing this, press 1. If you do that, press 2. So eventually I went through the motions and got an operator. And this was just your typical secretary bitch. Well, she was lazy. I basically said to her, I explained the situation. I said, you guys are trying to fax a landline, and we keep getting this phone call over here. How do we do this? And she said, well, there's like 40 people working here, so I don't know who would have been faxing. And I said, well, can you go find out? Translation, get off your fat ass, turn off the Celine Dion CD, close
sure
it.
It was Celine? It wasn't
it might have been Josh Groban.
Oh, wait a minute. Could be Taylor Swift now. That's a big...
Oh, you're right. Could have been Taylor Swift. That's right. Turn off... But Celine just sounds so good in the office.
Or what's her name? The black one. I can't remember her name. Nicki
Minaj?
Nicki Minaj. Because she's actually going a little more mainstream now. People are loving it, because they're trying to look like they're cultured.
But is that... even Corporate Jim, even though he likes it, but there's a time and place for Nicki Minaj. Yeah. You got to have your office setting music, man. You got to have your bagel and cream cheese music. Like you got Josh Groban, Celine Dion. Those are some of the newer ones. Then you can take it back to some of the older ones.
Right.
Like Gordon Lightfoot. And
I love Gordon Lightfoot.
I do too. But some of the stuff was actually kind of bagel and cream cheesy for the time. England Dan, John Ford Coley.
Love them.
I love them too. But their stuff was, call it what it was, man. They got played on bagel and cream cheese rotation stations. Right. And then, of course, they'll throw in maybe a ballad from the 80s, like Michael Bolton, or that was like 90s, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? Whitney Houston, shit like that. So anyway, this lazy bitch didn't even want to get off her fat ass to go see who was faxing. So I said, do you have a supervisor? And she said, well, yes, hold on. So then she put me to her supervisor's voicemail, probably knew she was out. And like, she's not going to call him back. Fuck him. He's just going to get a voicemail. Fuck that asshole. I've got Marjan to play. Suck my ass. So anyway, I left a message on the boss's voicemail, and I was a little bit arrogant. I explained who I was, who I worked for.
And what you be doing for?
Yeah, and the fact that her calls are her faxes coming into our business line are very annoying, and we would like them stopped. So if you could you please check on who is faxing, and please don't fax to this phone number anymore because it's a landline, not a fax line. So here you got fucking dumb bitch high school dropout who probably got pregnant at like 15.
How do you know she has big tits? She may have small tits.
Oh, that's usually who they hire. Here, I told you, I have a whole sociological fucking, what's the word I'm looking for, man? A profile.
Profile.
I got a sociological profile. I am a profiler. I'll tell you this whole bitch's life story. 15 years old. Got knocked up by her high school sweetheart. Okay. And lives with the guy and is married to the guy. And they live the bullshit humdrum American dream and everything. And he actually got lucky and got a good job. But, their kids are older now. And they're about 10 or 15. And, the whole time she baked brownies and took kids to Little League and fucking, did the housewife shit pretty much. Popped out babies.
Right.
Lived that, June Cleaver fucking housewifey style, you know? I'm almost thinking you should open the chat line for this, or the chat room in the Ustream.
Okay, I'll open it.
So let's see if anybody's talking any shit.
See the chat. Not as of yet.
Not as of yet.
I just opened it.
They might be. So anyway, you've got your American Dream, barefoot and pregnant housewife.
Oh wow, you just made me hungry for an apple pie.
Oh yeah, baking brownies. How about this? She's baking brownies.
It has to be a pie. It has to be an apple pie, yes.
Okay, bacon apple pie.
Okay.
With extra cinnamon and raisins.
Yeah, there you go.
And whipped cream and shit like that, and it's nice and warm. With
a cookout with the hot dogs and the kids in the back.
Oh yeah, doing that
backyard.
Too. Yep. And half the time the husband's on his business trips, and she's at home fucking the mailman or the neighbor
and drinking.
Drinking because she hates her fucking shitty life.
Yeah.
So finally, after goo goo gaga being the biggest word she's ever heard, and with her limited education, now all of a sudden, I think I'll get a job. The kids are old enough; they could be latchkey kids.
But still, where's the big tits coming at?
Well, she's still got big tits.
Okay.
She's still somewhat attractive. I mean,
all right.
She may have taken a lot of dick and had a lot
she's
of babies.
still hot, kind of.
Still hot, yeah.
She's a milfer.
Yeah, she's kind of a milfy type bitch, and but she's dumb as shit. And because, like I said, she just hasn't had the experience and the fucking. I don't want to go in the education zone because I know you don't like that there very, very much. But
go ahead, take it.
Well,
do your thing.
Some of it's true though, man. I mean, if there's certain things.
Well, there are stereotypes for reasons. I mean, we've always said that.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that you miss out on, because you didn't finish school or because you didn't. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't, even if you left to work on the farm or to get a job because you had to, at least there's something you learned. But I mean, her reason for dropping out of school was stupid. Hey, you got pregnant, and now all of a sudden you're a housewife, and you're a drunk, fucking, like I said, I mean,
a drunk hoochie mama.
Yeah, pretty much. And Barney is probably the most advanced shit you've watched.
I like Barney.
Now all of a sudden you want to go fucking work in a corporate establishment because that's the only place that would really hire you, and she's a dumb bitch and just sitting there and sending faxes to the wrong numbers and doesn't verify or check anything and just sends this fax and just lets it go, and then you got the other bitch, her counterpart, who's probably she's probably worked in clerical all her life because that's all she could do because she had to drop out of school because she got knocked up. But the thing was, her marriage didn't go so good. So now she's got to work. So she's gone to work, but she's still a lazy bitch because she's jaded and realizes that her job is very rudimentary and, she can be replaced tomorrow if they want to, So she doesn't have job security. There's no, real retirement there. She's got a promise maybe of a bonus. But, and then too, I'm sure she's got the fucking CEO been making eyes at her and asking her for drinks a few times. He might go stick some pipe in her, toss off inside her, and then she'll fucking get pregnant with his baby and take FMLA, and then she'll, be off again and just repeat the stupid fucking cycle.
You feel better now?
I do. Yeah. I love to hear from the housewives. I love to hear from the clerical women too. I want to hear what the fuck you got to say. Because I think I'm right. I think that's an accurate portrayal of...
and I'm sure every woman out there will totally agree with you.
You know what? I was very surprised when I talked about this one time, and Giraffe used to work here. And she concurred with me. She was like, you're right. All these clerical bitches...
Giraffe still defends Barack Obama and all of his policies.
Well, okay, but there was one light at the end of the tunnel, and the fact that she kind of stood with me on this one. And she was like, these bitches are stupid. Because they were. They were fucking stupid. Call it what you want, but that's what they do. They file papers and flash their tits and get coffee. They don't do anything. This isn't like, they have a set skill. These aren't engineers here or, people that actually, do something that matters. I mean, fuck, you can get a robot to start doing their job if you wanted to.
Right.
And so, that's why, anyway, when this bitch was telling me there's 40 people here and she didn't know who faxed, well, get off your ass and do something that might matter. For once, you had the opportunity to do something with your bullshit job,
right?
That might make a difference and help somebody out, but you chose not to. You chose to sit on your ass and go, well, there's 40 people working here, and I don't want to check and see who faxed because I'm too fucking lazy and because my job's shitty and I know it's dead end. So why even bother do anything that's going to, maybe give me a little bit of light of hope, like, oh, I helped somebody out today. No, instead it's a robotic, thank you for calling Nevada Cancer Institute. May I take how can I direct your call? All you do is forward calls and transfer and do all that kind of shit and do paperwork and file your nails and, that kind of bullshit.
Right.
So there you go, man. There's my profile.
There's your profiling
of a Clarana cunt.
I got something for you.
Yeah? All right, bitches. We'll be right back.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system.
Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's tkeetonwfg@gmail.com. That's tkeetonwfg@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM Radio Show with the man behind the mic likes his women with more body hair than he has, Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, yeah, bitches. All right, so I have an SMJ.
You have an SMJ?
I have a few SMJs, actually.
And I'm actually going to try to find your music, because remember before it just was not really loading up that well.
There it is, but you found it really good, didn't you?
I'm good at this.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We're going to dedicate this to Bad Boy. Ha! Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from danger. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers. I don't know. Bad Boy loved this segment, man. He did. Remember how pumped up he used to get when we did it?
He used to love it.
He'd
get more pumped up than you, I think, at times.
I think he tried to find SMG. Did you have
He
an
did,
SMG?
remember?
Yeah.
The one that we manufactured one. You don't remember that?
Oh, I remember. He was like, dude, you better have an SMJ. And I'm like, I really don't have.
So we made it up, and he started believing it.
Yeah, he's like, what? And we're like, yeah, man. And it was so over the top and crazy. But now I have some real SMJs. And actually, the other ones I forgot to talk about the other night. Because I haven't been here for 2 nights now. We had Monday. Then I was off for 2. Now I'm back. So anyway, the first one was, this is a good one. This is a big one. So I was at an event, and this older lady walked up who I thought was a man, funny enough. And she was like, "What's this about?" And so I started explaining the program and what we do and everything. And Kraken saw this happen, and he just was totally fucking floored. I guess as soon as I was done with my spiel, she pointed directly at me and said, "You did a nice job, sweetie. Thank you," and walked away.
You did a nice job?
Yeah, and pointed directly at me. He was like, "Dude,
so she didn't do it to nobody else, just you?
It was just me. You did a nice job, sweetie. Thank you." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a good job. You did good, you know.
I don't know. That could have been, people say that to other people all the time, so.
I don't think so. I mean, even Kraken was
But
like,
you were there, so you would know what kind of context it was in.
oh, yeah. And, you know, Kraken and I now have rankings for SMJs. Sometimes we have, like, we have a straight up, this is a classic Coke, which is a straight up SMJ. Like this, we believe it was.
So what do you guys think that one was?
That was a classic. I mean, that was
classic
like
Coke.
That was old Coke, man. That was, you know,
the original.
Prior to the new Coke in 1985, this is Coca-Cola, man. This, you don't get any realer than that. Then there was Diet Coke, which is a kind of SMJ, but it's a little bit, you know, like, well, okay, you know.
Could go either way.
Right, exactly. And then there's a Coke Zero, which is, you know, a very minor SMJ, but still, you know, it's SMJ.
Why is it all Coke? Why not Pepsi and 7-Up and RC Cola, stuff like that?
I don't know. I think we just kind of we did Coke. I don't know why. That's maybe it's his favorite drink. I'm not sure. So then the second one was at the same event. This guy next to us had a bunch of like snacks, like pretzels and.
Who doesn't like pretzels as a snack?
Well, which I mean, there was decent stuff, granola bars, you know, peanuts, you know, stuff like that.
Peanuts, granola bars, and pretzels.
Yep, all kinds of shit. So he was packing up, and I guess he didn't want to take a lot of the shit with him, but instead he walks over to our table, puts the bag of you know, snacks on our table, looks at my assistant and goes, "I left these here for him." And then he goes, kind of pats me on the shoulder. Like, "Good job, buddy." And
so
then,
he left you a treat?
Yeah, he left me a treat and told my tard keeper, "Here it is. I left treats for him, for your retard." And then taps me on the shoulder like, "Hey, buddy, hang in there. One day you'll be sighted just like me, and then you'll be normal."
It may happen.
You know? So that'll never happen. But, because
I think you're going to sneeze real hard one day and get sight.
Oh. Fuck, I hope
you're going to sneeze sighted.
I hope not. But let's see, what was
for your sake, I hope not too, because you will see some of your exes and then.
Oh, well, worse, I got to see you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's going to be really fucking scary. Let's see. So that was that one.
I can't believe you thought I was part Mexican or looked Mexican.
What? Oh, because you're dark, Italian. Well, you know, I thought you looked.
But I'm not really dark.
Latino or something.
No, I don't
know. Let's see. So that was. I'm trying to think. There's one other SMJ that happened in between, and I'm just like, and I just thought of it, and then I lost it, and I'm like, God damn it. Well, here's another one, and I guess this was the main meat. It's kind of funny because there's somebody we both know that and you've seen them interacting with me, and they've been numerous offenders of SMJs, you know, and you know, like for instance, when we were at the other place, you remember they were always, you know, keep going, the door's over this way, and they're trying to show me where the fucking door is, and I'm like, I don't need your goddamn help. Now, the one time I do need this person's help, they can't help. You know, it's just typical of fucking sighties, you know, that they don't, you know, they like to help in little bullshit because it makes them feel Jesus-y.
Right.
And at the same time, you know, they don't ever want to do anything big. You know, they might promise some shit at some point. Hey, if you ever need a ride, bro, I'll give you one. But, you know, and thinking you'd never take them up on it. And even if you did, they could find some way to blow you, to tell you no.
Right.
So, you know, anything that does require a lot, or also too, I think when you really do need their assistance, you know, it's something that's going to help you be more independent, and they really don't want that, you know, because there's something in the back of their mind that would like to keep you more dependent, you know, like they'll help you wipe your ass. Anything that, you know, really doesn't take a whole lot, you know, just very, Okay, here we go. Just keep coming. Keep coming. They'll clap for you and all that shit. That's easy stuff. But when you're like saying, hey, man, I kind of need your help at this event. I got this event tomorrow. It's downtown, at the North Las Vegas City Hall.
Right.
And downtown, they don't just drop you right at the business. They take you to some fucking stop on the corner and dump you off. And now you got to walk and find out where the fuck you need to go, which is going to be difficult enough because this is a big event. It's going to be placed in a weird place, whatever. So I asked this person, a couple weeks ago already. I said, there's going to be a veterans event. They love veteran shit. Right. And I said, there's going to be a veteran event. Do you want to, you should get a table there. Why don't you do it? And I said, not only that, but I could really use the help. So I figured, and the thing is, when people are going to help me, it's a win-win situation. Right. I don't ever, okay, you're going to help me because you should, and you're not going to get shit out of it. Right. I'll buy you lunch. I'll do whatever I need to do, put gas in your car, because I appreciate that assistance. So I'm texting her, I'm telling her about the event. Oh, when is it? Who do I call? Who do I so I give her all the info. Don't hear anything. So then a week or two goes by. Hey, did you ever contact those people? Oh, no, you know what? I'll contact them tomorrow. Well, I think they've got all their vendors already, but you can try. Well, then I don't hear anything more. So this past weekend, I'm contacting her, and I said, yeah, they got all their vendors. I got a confirmation email. Did you ever contact them? No, I never did. Well, I really could use your help on Friday because my assistant is out of town. He's going to Oregon to go see Cruise Control and his dad. So I said, can you at least help me with the event? I said, I'll buy you lunch. I said, not only that, but you just get me set up, and you can walk around and do all the networking and whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't have to sit there with me. So I don't hear. She goes, well, let me ask my boss and we'll go from there. And I said, okay, great. So that was Sunday night. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I hear nothing. So I'm like, I got to do something. I got to put something else in place because I'm going to be fucked if I get down there and there's nothing. So I'm talking to Kraken about it, and he's like, man, he was like, why don't you just call up the people that are putting on the event, explain the situation, and tell them what's up and that you're going to need assistance. So I said, you know what, Kraken, that's a good idea. So I called, I spoke to the guy. He was very cool about it. He gave me a cell number. He was like, call me when you get down there. He was like, I'll come get you and, get you any assistance you need. Is that cool? I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Thank you. So anyway, he's going to help me tomorrow. Well, then tonight, about 5 o'clock, because obviously this is, not that fucking important. I get a text from this person. I can't help you tomorrow. Father Sukapu, or whatever the fuck the nigga's name is, is off tomorrow, whatever the fuck that means. And I'm like, don't worry, I've got it handled. And she said something like, sorry. And then I texted back. I said, it's cool, or something like that. Or, something to the effect of, it's cool. It was a very short answer. And then she texts back and she's like, I really, she was like, I really like doing those things with you too, and we always have a good time. And I'm just like, uh-huh. So, but I was kind of thinking, if I don't hear anything from this person, they just totally blow me the fuck off. Wait till the next time they want to promote some shit. If they want to come on the air, I wouldn't let them do it.
Wow.
I would say, like hit up Jerkman for some airtime.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a win-win for you, man.
Yeah, true.
So I'd say,
I'm not fighting it.
Talk to him for, for a little airtime if you want, but don't fucking, think you can ride my coattails. But now, I still am going to think a little bit twice before I have this person back on again.
Right.
Because obviously here it was, every time you need some shit, I'm right there. But the one fucking time, and you always want to help me with shit I don't need help with, but the one time I do need your assistance, you tuck your tail and run, bitch.
Right.
So, to me, that's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of bullshitty. So I basically, like I said, I didn't respond back to her. We always have a good time, blah, blah, blah. I just left it. And of course, I'll probably get some weird fucking message. I get the feeling you're mad at me.
Really? That's the feeling they get?
Oh, I've had people do that before.
Oh.
Where they flake the fuck out, and then, I kind of, I'm not mean, but I'm
it's
just like,
kind of like, hey, you flaked. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, yeah, well, hey, look, I got to go. I'm kind of busy, blah, blah, blah. And then later I'll get a call back. I get the feeling you're mad at me, and you just didn't sound like you were, well, yeah, I kind of needed your fucking assistance, and you left me with my dick in my hand. So, yeah, I'm a little pissed off. especially considering it's downtown. Again, I'm going to have to find my way to where I need to go. Thank God this guy's willing to send somebody to help me or to do, and that's it. It's like, I'm not asking for much, and like I said, people want to offer help for dumb shit that I don't need help with. And then the things that I do need fucking help with, they can't be bothered, So that's why I say, and I'm going to take this back to an old Brother Lynch Hung song, depending on a nigga gets a 9 in my back. So, people think I'm crazy for saying shit like that, but hey, that's how it is, man. When you depend on people, you get fucked in the ass, So that's why I try not to depend on too many people. And that's why I got to say, this is another reason I'm going to miss G Motors. He was always reliable.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was 100%.
Motors a good man.
Not 99, not 98. He was 100, And the few times that he couldn't do something, he always let me know. You know what I'm saying? So there was never anything where I was stuck. Like, he never left me in a lurch, ever. There was never a situation where I'm like, God damn it, where the fuck is he? There was times where, like, say he was dating somebody and he just didn't come around very often, and I couldn't really, but he would tell me straight up, oh, no, man, I can't tonight. We're doing this or we're doing that. So at least he could tell me, hey, man, so you can get some other assistance rather than just kind of lead me around by my dick,
Right.
So, yeah, man, I'm going to miss that reliability, man. I now that he's gone, it's like, well, what the fuck do you do now? Who do you depend on for shit? So, you do what you can. Like I said, I don't need that much, but, when I do need assistance, then that's when I'm like, oh, fuck, man.
What do you do?
What am I going to do now? So, yeah, those are my SMJs for the day. But, and other fucking bitches, I really think that Silver Riders, and we've talked about this before,
right?
But I really think they're in place. Their sole purpose is to tell people they don't have rides for them. Like, I don't think they even own a van. I don't think they give any fucking rides, because yesterday, well, actually, what was it? Tuesday, I was trying to set up rides for today and Friday with Paratransit. Well, then I get this message when I call their automated number, and it said, due to technical difficulties, we're only scheduling rides to tomorrow. If you're scheduling for Thursday or Friday, please call back another day. So you're going, oh, fuck, okay. So then I call, yesterday, Wednesday. So I'm calling, and I keep getting that, due to high call volume, we can't take your call. Please try your call again later. It's cutting me off, and I keep calling and calling and calling, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this could be bad. I may not have rides tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I needed rides today for work and to come here and to do all that kind of shit. So I said, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to try to call shitty riders. So Silver Riders.
Well, give it a shot.
I figured I'd give it a shot.
They've been at it a couple months now.
Well, that's it. All right. Originally, their excuse was, well, we're new and we're working out the bugs and
Right.
So I called. Now, remember Humvee telling me about a very fat bitch that worked there? I think I got her on the phone yesterday.
Oh.
Because, okay, now, first of all, when you call, it gets, you get the automated thing. They now have an automated deal that answers. Thank you for calling the, whatever. I think it's Transit Coalition.
Right.
It's the same woman's voice that does for the RTC. So you think that I don't fucking know that this is a plot to try to knock the competition out.
Right.
So finally I get through and I speak to this bitch. Now, keep in mind, she's breathing into the phone. I said, yeah, I'm trying to, get some rides for tomorrow. And first of all, she's like, well, we don't have anything. We usually try to ask that you schedule at least 48 hours in advance. You could schedule up to two weeks in advance. And I'm thinking, I should call and schedule something for 9 years later. I got somewhere I need to be in 9 years. Can you guys give me a ride?
Anyway, try it one time, see what they say.
Yeah, maybe I should. Well, anyway, she's like, I can try to look for you. And I said, can you please? So meanwhile, while she's looking, I'm hearing this. When somebody heavy is breathing into a phone, and that's what I keep hearing the whole time. I'm like, oh my God. And she's sitting there, okay. And I'm like, oh, this fat pig. So finally she can't find any rides for me. And I said, you know what? I said, this is why I don't use you guys too much, and I'm not as familiar with your policies, because you never have rides for me. And she goes, well, we've got 650 riders. And I'm like, yeah, well, paratransit has even more than that, and they seem to make it work even better than you guys. And there was a service prior to you that was able to do just fine. And she was like, well, it's just, you have to just try 48 hours in advance. That's what you got to do. And I'm thinking, I'm not calling these fuckers again. So eventually I was able to get through to paratransit. But, yeah, don't use fucking Silver Riders. I think their whole purpose is for you to simply tell you they can't get you rides, so you stop riding the other service and ride paratransit. Because that's what they're there for. They're there to push you back to paratransit is what it is. That's what their ultimate goal is. And like I said, I'd be shocked as shit if they give any rides to anybody. Like if anyone gets a ride through them at all. Because I don't believe they do. So, and you're right, I should try scheduling something for, I'm trying to set up a ride for 2024. You think you can give me a ride?
I would just wonder if they would catch on to that at first. Or
maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. Right. Oh, but they'd come up with some excuse. First of all, it would be too early or too late. Now this one was too late. We got to be 48 hours in advance. The one I tried to do back in February with them, that was about a week in advance, if I remember right. And they still couldn't get me the rides. So I don't believe they give anybody rides. I don't think there's anybody riding them right now. Even though they've got 650 riders, this fat fuck was telling me. But that means absolutely fucking jack shit.
Yeah, maybe they just don't have their stuff together quite yet. Maybe they never will.
They're not supposed to.
Yeah.
That's, because they're the competition.
Yep, they're the ones meant to take ITN out, which...
They did.
They did because they were actually good.
And anybody who tries to deviate from paratransit, well, guess what?
You're going to go back.
Getting a fucking ride. We won't give you anything.
Like I said, those days were nice.
Those were great. I mean, fuck, it was awesome. The drivers, the call takers knew you. The drivers knew you. They were competent for the most part.
I know one of your drivers and call takers. As a matter of fact,
and you bang her. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's, smart people, that's very fucking rare, but not saying that I don't get, I get some good rides with paratransit too, but boy, you get some bozos too, man. And like, okay, for instance, tonight I have a 9:39. What is it with this 9 o'clock hour?
I don't know. And you think it would be easier at 9 at night?
You think
they seem to grab you during work hours better than they do at night.
Oh man, if I say I have to be somewhere at like 1 o'clock, right at the height of the fucking, beginning of the afternoon, right after lunch, oh sure, we got a 12:05. All right, great. So you got all the rides I need.
Yet at nighttime they have a hard time getting your ass.
Yeah, which is also funny because then in a lot of those night rides, they just take me home. Very rarely do we might have one stop, and occasionally I may have, an ASRAM, 90 pickup fucking ride, but that's very rare. Usually with me, hey, guess what? We're going straight home.
Right.
So here it is pick up at 9:30 at night or 9:39 or what was the other one the other night was 9:49.
9:49.
And he picked me up and he was like, guess what? You're going straight home. I'm like, all right, cool. And still, it was, it was just funny. I'm like, well, I thought this was a busy time. We're not doing any pickups. I'm going straight the fuck home. So what's going on with that?
Yeah. So why am I going straight home and no pickups?
I think it's either the call takers are too fucking lazy to schedule,
The computers do it there.
Or the computers
do it.
I think there's, like the OGs. Like I said, I have, one lady that I know well who's been there, I want to say since I've been riding. And she's really good. As a matter of fact, I called her today because yesterday they wanted to give me a 9:49 for Friday night. And I'm thinking, I know you don't want to be sitting around here till 9:49 at night. I sure as fuck don't want to be sitting here at 9:49 on a Friday night.
Right.
And I have a speaking event Saturday morning, so I sure as shit don't want to be sitting here. So I said, I'll call back on that one. So then I call back today and I get her, the one that's really good. And she's like, oh, well, it's not like in the 9 o'clock. She's like, but hold on. And she did some shit and she's like, oh, we just got a cancellation. 9:05 is available. I'm like, oh, nigga. So I took it, So, yeah.
So you did the right thing at least there.
Well, there you go. That was one of those. I got lucky. But, yeah, you're right. You get these new people. They don't, they're probably told, don't. I think they called it massaging the ride, where, they get it to the point of where you want it.
Right.
And they don't really do that for very many people. Just guys like me that got radio shows that talk shit about them. So,
right.
So other than that, they're not very, I'm, Granny Greta, I'm getting the fucking ride that I'm given, goddammit.
Yeah, and it's done by a computer pretty much for the most part of it.
Oh, yeah. It's all computerized.
Yep, that's why you get what you get.
Exactly. And then tonight I got a late fucking ride, which, like I said, you've got to go home.
Yeah,
so
this
I'm
one
gonna
I
be
can't
standing.
stick around for this one.
I'm gonna be standing here, fucking playing with myself for, I'm hoping that my ride's early.
Well, it would be nice. That would be the ultimate, right?
Yeah, but I'm
Now you said it.
Well,
it won't be.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's going to be an ass ram. I'm going to be standing out there till 10:30 or
10:30.
some shit. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, I finally get picked up. Great. I don't have to get up till later tomorrow, but still, because I have this event where it's going to be. But still, I'm like, man, I want to get home. I'm hungry now, So fuck. Anyway, we'll be right back, bitches.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that.
What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me. We got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt.
Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass. With such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerkman. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
speech.
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerkman will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM Radio Show. We get 20 more minutes of excellence from the man behind the mic, Maxwell Silverhammer.
That's what I give him, man. I give him excellence. That's, I like that. So, we were kind of talking about this off the air, but it's almost like you get, even when things are good, things are good right now for me.
Right.
And I'm chilling, but I'm like waiting for the next ass ram. You know what I'm saying? Like I've noticed like today, I've been jumpy, and nothing bad's happened. It's been a good day.
Just feel edgy and kind of like something's waiting to get you.
Yeah, like something fucked up is going to happen, or just, I'm just trying to finish out the week. Well, I know tomorrow's going to be a little stressful because, like I said, going down there, I don't know, what that's going to be like, and I got to kind of find my way. And like I said, I have assistance. Somebody has offered to help me and everything, but I'm like, oh man, I'm not looking forward to this shit. And then, I gotta, and I won't be able, I don't think I don't think they're gonna have food down there. See, that's my other thing. You know me. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna be able to eat until like I'm getting picked up close to 1. I'll get back to the office about 2. I won't be able to eat until then. So it's not gonna be a good, or particularly good day. But then again, well, I don't even want to say this.
You don't want to put it out there, do you?
Well, usually when, I worry about some shit, it actually turns out okay. So, and things turn out better than I thought they were going to. But, you never fucking know. I always go in thinking the worst. So, and it's helped me, so I can't knock it. I just hope that it doesn't turn into everything I fucking hope it didn't, But then again, too, at one time, I didn't really care about having an adventure, and, that was fun. Oh, I'm going to go have an adventure. I'm going to go do some shit. I'm not a kid anymore. Adventures aren't fun. You know what I'm saying? Adventures can cost you your fucking life.
Yeah.
You just become more cognizant of shit as you get older, and that's why you're so on edge all the time. Back in the day when you're a kid, somebody will get it. No big deal. Now you are motherfucking the soul. I'll tell you what, you may not own anything, but your fuck up is the one thing that you can say is yours, no money fucking down.
Right.
So basically you're just like, okay, I got to be really careful here. If, this turns to shit, what am I going to do? Like the one day when I went down to visit, Boa. Remember when she was in town?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man, I
while back.
Yeah, I got down there and I'm calling her on her phone and she's not out there and she's like, I'll be right there. And then she's like, where are you? And I'm like, oh shit, she can't find me. This is gonna be so fucked up. I'm down here. Like I said, their curbs
That's what you were doing?
That too. That's kind of how I felt. And the curbs are flush with the street, so I could be walking my ass in the street. Man,
You
this
didn't
shit,
even know it.
yeah, this shit is just a recipe for disaster.
For you, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like,
and probably anybody else nowadays, not even blind.
well, that's it. This shit's just scary. It's like, I don't like this shit.
Right.
So anyway, I was ready to. I remember thinking, oh man, I might have to get a cab and go the fuck home. I'm gonna be so pissed off, and I was just thinking the worst, man. And it actually turned out to be a really cool day, but you can't. Fuck, since what? Every time you look forward to some shit, it turns into shit. And then every time that it's something that's you're like, oh my god, I don't know about this, and you have total fucking anxiety, it actually turns out to be really cool.
Right.
So
at least you're hoping.
I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's a time thing where is it the
Maybe
day and
it's
time
a combo.
Could be. Well,
Age and time.
my age and knowing
what's happened and seeing things the way they go.
It's interesting though. I maybe at this day and age, if I were say 20 now, would I have the same apprehension that I have now just because of the nature of things?
Well, ask yourself, do you think you would?
It's hard to say. I mean,
with that situation,
in those situations, yeah, but you know what? I think even then, I guess I was young and dumb and didn't realize, some of the dangers that I could run across. I fucking went down. I remember when I was doing music, and there was a gong show down on the strip. So my dumb ass takes a bus I take the paratransit bus to the strip, and I get off and I walk. I don't even know how the fuck I found where I was supposed to go, to be honest with you. But I did, and I found it, and I did the thing. I performed, and all this stuff. I got gonged, but who cares, man? I got down there and got to promote and show off my shit, and so that didn't. It wasn't bad, but I mean, I was nervous to a degree, but I still went and did it.
Right.
That's the thing. Even if I was nervous about things, I didn't have the same anxiety that I have now about some shit,
Right.
So, I had balls back then, man. I would take buses. I'd take city buses to places, Remember, that was me and Cruise Control. He used to work right there on Sahara, so I used to take like 2 buses and meet him at his work and then go up to his house and chill out. You know what I'm saying? So, where now, I don't know if I'd be too cool with doing that.
All right.
So, which really, you know what? It's not a bad thing. Everybody takes buses. You know, but just the way people fucking drive, and I even have sighted people that are like, oh man, I don't know, man, the way people drive. Even my brother was like, please don't tell me you walk places now. And I'm like, no, I really don't. Because I don't. But, you know, there was a time where, you know, they'd be like, oh, you shouldn't be walking. And I'd be like, oh, fuck you. You know, I'm a grown man. I can do what I want. But now I'm like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be. So I don't know if it's the time or if it's my age, you know, that makes me.
It could be a combo of the two.
It could be. And now thinking, if I was that age, you know, would I be more apprehensive? You know, would I have been a little less ballsy than I used to be? You know, say I was, you know, 19 or 20 right about now. So it's hard to say. It's kind of funny too, because Kraken was telling me that his girlfriend, she's only like 19 or whatever, and I guess he said he was on the phone with her last night. She's wigging out because he's going on a trip, and she's afraid that something's going to happen to him, that he's going to get. He even made a joke with me today. He was like, well, I guess you're going to have to find a new assistant. I was like, why is that? And he was like, well, according to, you know, and he was like, she was telling me that she's afraid that I'm going to die in a plane crash on the way to Oregon. And I'm like, you know, that's so unlikely. I mean, it could happen, but, you know, the likelihood of that is like 0 to none, you know, or 0 to 9 million, you know. So, and I start thinking, I'm like, damn, young people worry about some dumb shit. But then I'm like, no, maybe it's the time. You know, like if, say, this
day and age.
Exactly. Say this was, well, 20 years ago, and those two were their age now, you know, would there be this apprehension, or would it just be, well, have fun, honey. I hope to hear from you, you know, and you wouldn't wig out like that and be like, oh my God. Because I guess he said he was on the phone with her till like 1 a.m. trying to get her calm the fuck down.
She thinks he's dying.
Yeah. Or I guess he said she's going through some other stuff, some emotional shit.
So maybe that's just added to it.
Maybe so. But God, it made me think about, you know, being young again and dealing with girls that age. I'm like, who the fuck wants to even do that? You know, really, somebody who has like, you know, very limited knowledge of how things work, and yet they're freaking the fuck out over something that's never going to happen, you know?
Right.
So, but, you know, and I've been there too, where I've stressed off something really dumb that isn't going to happen. You know, like when you're a kid and you're at camp and you go, well, if I go home, what if something happened to my parents and they can't pick me up at the airport? Like, come on, obviously something would be in place. You know, something would happen.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, you'd hope. You know, you wouldn't just get left at the fucking airport.
Yeah, just to stand there forever.
Yeah. Well, you know, and sometimes the worst shit is when you like when kids are young and their worst fucking fear comes true. Like, I remember one time my mom used to go out for walks. I used to go with her, but maybe I had homework to do. I can't remember why, but I didn't go with her. And she'd go usually at night after work, you know, and it'd be about 5 o'clock or something.
Right.
And she'd walk around the neighborhood. So she comes in after a walk and she's like, you know, hey Max, I want you to meet Jennifer. And I'm like, who the fuck is Jennifer? So I walk back, and she's got this little girl with her who's about 5 or 6. And I said, who's this? And so she tells me the story. Apparently, this girl's on the bus, on the school bus, and the bus driver dropped everybody off but her, and apparently forgot she was on the bus, and because she was asleep in the back. So the driver didn't think anything of it. So the driver takes the bus to the bus yard, parks it, locks it up, and leaves it.
Wow.
So now this little girl's on the bus by herself. Now imagine you wake up and you look around and you're going, you know, where the fuck is everybody?
Yeah.
You know, here it is all of a sudden. This is like your worst nightmare.
Would you ever have those sleeps where you've fallen asleep in the middle of the day and wake up and don't even know where the hell you're at?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, what is this? Why am I even here?
Yeah, and it's your house. And you're still like all
disoriented.
Yeah, disoriented.
Oh yeah, no, I've had those. Like,
so I can imagine what that would be like.
Well, I'm pretty sure this jolted her awake when she realized, wait a minute, this is the school bus. Where are the kids? Where are the drivers? What part of fucking town is this? So this girl climbs out of a window on the bus. You know, I guess she had enough sense to open the damn window or something and start walking. And my mom saw her walking and crying and tripping out and everything. So that's when my mom went to help her. And fuck, this is way before the days of cell phones. So my mom actually somehow found out where the fuck. I guess she knew enough to know where her mom worked.
Right.
So she called the girl's mom's work and, told her, hey, look, got your daughter here. Here's the situation. So this lady came and picked her daughter up, from our house. But man, can you imagine how fucking bad that would have been? Or a stranger? Yeah. Now, what if it wasn't my mom?
Right.
What if it was some fucking weirdo?
Whack job.
Yeah. So, man, shit is just, you could be going from the frying pan to the fire with some of that shit. So I guess that's what I'm saying. When you're younger, a lot of times you have these weird, irrational fears that don't happen, but when the motherfuck they do, you're just like, oh shit, this is just what I didn't want to happen.
Right.
So, but that's what I'm saying now. I think kids, it's the time too. Like you were saying, it's a combo. So if you're younger now, you can't be as ballsy as you used to be.
No, you can't be. There's a lot of crazy going on.
Because I remember, man, when I was in my 20s, I was fucking bulletproof,
Thought you were.
There wasn't shit that could affect me.
Aren't we all?
Well, yeah, but I mean, hey, I passed through. Well, that was the thing. Even if I did have something fucked up happen to me, I'm badass. I'm resilient. I can rise above, even getting hit by the car. I was, how old was I when that happened? Oh, I was 25 when I was hit by that car.
25?
Yeah. So even then, after I knew that I was going to be okay and, I was walking around again, shit. I mean, as soon as I could, first thing I go do is, start walking to work again, start walking to school again and doing all the shit that I was doing before. Of course, I was a little bit more leery. Like now I learned to stop at driveways when I heard vehicles coming out of them, instead of going, oh, they'll see me, But at the same time, I was very... I was a little bit leery, but I had no qualms at going back to it. Whereas now, if something like that happened to me, oh man, I don't think I would ever fucking walk again. Like go walking. Even if I completely recuperated, I still would be like, I don't know, man. I don't want that fucking thing to happen again. Get hit by the car. So, yeah, I think it's the day and age, man. The time, how things are.
Yeah, a lot of it is,
and you just can't.
Can't change that.
Yeah, you can't do what you used to, Although then again, I've seen some people do some crazier shit that I ever would have thought about doing.
But now today, it's really dumb stuff. I mean, really stuff that can instantly fucking kill you.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe as they're younger, now they're stupider and they do crazier shit. Where I may have done some crazy shit back then, but at least it was somewhat controlled.
Right.
But I don't know. I really don't know how it is now being younger. I mean, are you more laid back because you're like, oh, I don't want that to happen? I guess it depends. Depends on how you were raised or whatever.
Yeah. And where your mindset is.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas opposed to some kids, like you said, do dumb shit that don't,
Not that they always haven't, but I mean, I seen them. I mean, when I was a kid, we would even there was always just like one dummy. Not like the whole fucking clan of dumb shits.
Right, exactly. You had your one dumb friend that would
do dumb shit. You'd be like, you're going to die someday, son of a bitch.
Right. Well, I had a friend like that, and it's kind of funny because, like I said, I never was really interested in experimenting with drugs and shit like that. I would let him do all the fucked up shit. So he'd be like, hey, man, I'm going to huff this spray paint. All right, you do it, man. Huff that fucking spray paint.
Good luck with that.
But you're right. Now it's a whole clan of fuckers going, oh, let's all huff the goddamn
I mean, we're talking
spray.
Doing ridiculous stuff like pouring pure alcohol grade, like grain, 100% grain up their ass.
Yeah, that's the best. The shooting it up their ass through a funnel.
Yeah, I mean, we
never would have done some shit like that.
No, I wouldn't have. I would have had enough common sense to say, hey, it's not going to fucking happen. That's just not right.
Yeah, well, I just wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not going to pour alcohol up my ass,
Yeah.
Just
so I can get drunk. I'll tell you what, I'll drink it and still get drunk. How's that?
Yeah, I'd rather drink whatever the fuck that is you're going to do, Or now you have kids doing I don't know if they still do it, the ghost ride, they call it ghost riding.
Yeah.
Where, they put the car in drive and jump out.
Yeah.
And let it fucking drive around by itself. Mm-hmm. And then jump on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because they want to surf their own car that's nobody's controlling because they're idiots.
I mean, god damn, I can imagine what fucked up shit comes out of that.
No, sure.
Well, then I see...
Nothing bad could come of that.
Of course not. Well, then I see, I live vicariously through some of these kids on my Facebook. some of the shit they say. And I'm just like, oh, dude, you got problems, man. You know, now you're popping these crazy fucking pills and they're posting about it. And I love Chandler putting his pictures of all the weed he has up on fucking Facebook, too.
It's because he's a dumbass.
Love that shit. Oh, yeah, officer, just look at his Facebook.
Yeah, and there's the proof.
Did I tell you he called me about another interview?
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you were telling me about it.
Yeah, that's another one, man. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a little dead between the ears.
I just don't want to, and I haven't heard from him since, so I'm hoping it's a dead issue. I'm hoping the guy
his brain?
Yeah, well, it was a pretty well-known guy that he wants to get on, you know, but the thing is, here's what I did. I kind of preempted the shit because I went and found the guy myself on Facebook.
Right.
And I wrote him and I said, hey, man, I understand through another source you'd like to come on my show. Well, hit me back and we can organize it. Never heard anything. So maybe this guy was like, dude, I don't know what you've been telling people, but I'm not interested in doing a radio interview with anybody, so fuck off. So, yeah, I'm hoping, man. Hoping. Now watch. I'll get that phone call. Hey, man, you're still down to do that interview? Okay. On that note, bitches, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm GJ, not dead between your brains quite yet, Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches.
Have a good one.
See ya.
The shit that hurts.